Welcome to day 2 of the Montana Owners Club Virtual Rally. We are Kim
and Robert from Huntsville, Alabama. We own the Montana High Country 380 toy hauler, which we love. It is great to be able to take our motorcycle wherever we go.
We are also the assistant wagon masters for the Montana Owners Club 17th Annual MOC North American Fall Rally and your hosts for day 2. We hope that you had a great day yesterday. We look forward to more awesome presentations today. We have quite a lineup.
Today, we would like to salute our military and veterans for all their sacrifices in keeping the United States of America safe and strong. Thank you all.
Just a reminder that during this entire virtual MOC rally, you are in control of when you watch these presentations. If you need to take a break, you can pause the presentation and pick up right where you left off without missing anything. If you're unable to view any day or portion of this rally, you can go to YouTube to view whatever you have missed at any time.
Remember that there will be live presentations that will have questions and answer segments that you may miss if you take a break or choose to view later. We hope you enjoy.
Hi guys, we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Having trouble with RV trip planning?
Hey guys, we're Phil and Stacy from You, Me, and the RV.
And we're here to tell you about our favorite planner, RV Trip Wizard.
You can choose from over 20,000 campgrounds using filters to search for the types of campgrounds you love, like national parks or BLM or our favorite, Army Corps of Engineer parks. You can even check reviews before you make a reservation.
Want to learn more? Head over to RVlife.com and learn about their entire RV bundle. And we'll see you on the road.
Hi guys, we're Ron and Rhonda Marlin from Mena, Arkansas.
I'm supposed to say something.
Next up is MORryde. Please pay attention to the special savings that MORryde is offering during this virtual rally.
My wife called the other day and said, "Daryl, could you bring home a bucket of chicken?" I said, "Absolutely, babe, no problem."
I'm in a situation where I get to use a lot of our products, and it has absolutely made life a lot easier for me.
Everything is included. All this furniture, chairs, sofa, bed, stove, refrigerator, shower bath, everything. Absolutely everything.
Introducing MOPack from MORryde. This revolutionary industrial strength fanny pack goes above and beyond to secure and protect your personal carrying items always.
MORryde suspension systems offer protection from damaging road shock. As the saying goes, a house is only as strong as its foundation. The same rings true for RVs.
Hello? Hello? You guys there? You are. Good. Hi, my name's Jack Infield and I'm with MORryde. And today we're going to do a MORryde seminar. The goal is to educate you, inform you, maybe even make you chuckle a little bit. Now you might be asking why. Why should I listen to a seminar about suspension and other components? And here's where I can get you all to agree. Today's roads are rough. Well, that's where the agreement stops, because some of you might say it's I-10 through Louisiana. Some might say it's I-40 through Oklahoma. Some might say it's in Pennsylvania or I-5 in California. But we all know that roads are rough, and they can take a toll on even the best built RV. And number 3, from the time you were way small, you've heard the phrase, a house is only as strong as its foundation. Strong house, strong foundation. But weak foundation, weak house. And guess what? I grew up outside the suburbs of New Orleans, and I got to see that firsthand. Go into every single subdivision, you'll see a couple things. First off, you're gonna notice and it might be leaning one way, or the house might be leaning another way. And then go inside the house and guess what you'll never find? A basement. Why? Because they're 3 feet below sea level. Now come to Indiana, come to my subdivision and go into some of those houses and you're gonna see amazing basements. Why? Because they can put the pilings down really deep. Strong foundation, strong house. You have a house on wheels going over rough roads. So that's what we want to talk about, is what can we do to help you educate and understand and enjoy the lifestyle even more than ever. So over the next few minutes, sit back, relax, enjoy what we're going to share with you. Again, you might chuckle a little bit, you might laugh, but hopefully you'll learn something. And we're going to start with launching into suspension systems.
The Mo backpack is just about every guy, every girl's dream.
You had to worry about the customer, you had to worry about the company you work.
Hi, I'm Brennan and welcome to RV Improvement. Today we will be discussing some tips and tricks on what you can do to upgrade the running gear on your RV. Leaf spring suspension systems have been around for years. Although they can be an adequate system for many RV owners, today's RVs have gotten nicer and heavier while the roads have gotten rougher. That means it can be a really good investment to upgrade some components to improve both the suspension's performance and its durability. Here you can see what a standard tandem axle suspension system looks like. You have the leaf springs connected on each axle that provide the suspension travel. As your trailer experiences bumps or dips in the road, those leaf springs flex to try to absorb the road shock and prevent it from being transferred into the coach. They provide about 2 inches of vertical travel on your wheels, and what doesn't get absorbed within that movement gets transferred into the frame, sidewall, cabinets, and cargo. Between those leaf springs, you have a center rocker called an equalizer. This component rocks back and forth in the frame hanger to try to equalize the weight being distributed on your axles. Without this component, the weight would disproportionately be shifted to the lower axle as you drive over bumps in the road. However, because the equalizer moves back and forth, it helps to more evenly apply pressure to each axle on uneven roads. Although it is definitely a very important component of your suspension system, it doesn't actually provide any suspension travel. For that, you are entirely reliant on your leaf springs. Later in the show, we will discuss how you can improve this performance, but first, I want to talk about how to improve your suspension system's durability. The hardware that connects the leaf springs to the equalizer are called shackle assemblies. The industry standard shackle assemblies are comprised of 1/4 inch thick shackle plates with plastic nylon bushings and dry bolts. Over time, the plastic bushings will begin to wear through, which allows metal on metal contact between the bolt and the leaf springs or equalizer. In turn, the bolt holes on the 1/4 inch thick shackle plates can begin to wear through and wallow out. That can be no big deal for a long time, but it can become a very big deal if they wear through and snap. Unfortunately, that's not something that's going to happen when your unit's sitting in your driveway or at the campground. It always happens when the vehicle is in motion, which often leads to other types of damage since the leaf springs are no longer connected on one end. Usually this type of failure will have you on the phone with your roadside service and can leave you with a hefty bill and a delayed trip. Because of this, I firmly believe that one of the best upgrades you can do on your trailer is the heavy-duty shackle and wet bolt upgrade offered by MORryde. This kit will replace all the hardware components in your suspension with heavier duty versions. Instead of plastic bushings, they provide bronze. Instead of bolts, they provide grease bolt bolts. And they also double the thickness of all the shackle plates to 1/2 inch thick steel. This kit can be installed on virtually any travel trailer or fifth wheel and is a very low cost, high value upgrade. They are sold as complete kits with the shackle assemblies for both sides of your trailer, as well as replacement bolts and bushings for all the frame hanger connections where the leaf springs and the equalizer attach on the frame. Standard tandem axle kits go for $113, and the triple axle kits sell for about $189. But you can contact MORryde directly for information on their virtual rally specials. Installation time is usually 2 to 4 hours and results in peace of mind as you won't have to worry about your hardware wearing out. It's recommended to grease them at least once a year or every 12,000 miles. However, it doesn't hurt to overgrease, so it can be a good idea to pump grease into them before an especially long trip, even if you haven't hit those milestones yet. This is up to your preference. However, if they are facing the outside, the tires can make it difficult to access them, so most owners prefer having them facing the inside. On the correct track system that is sometimes installed from the factory, there are yellow octagon-shaped discs that are installed on the outside frame hangers where the leaf springs connect. That yellow disc adds about a ½ inch of thickness to the frame hanger width, but MORryde makes kits for this setup that include longer bolts to accommodate the extra width. Another great durability upgrade offered by MORryde is the X-Factor crossmember. We all know that backing into campsites can be a challenge.
Take it easy. Slowly. Slowly. That's right. That's right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Stop. Go.
And I'm sure everyone has experienced trying to back into really tight campsites and feeling like you were going to snap your wheels off. As you take those tight turns or hit the big bumps in the road, it can add a lot of pressure to your trailer frame and often results in cracked spring hangers or various other types of frame damage. MORryde solution is a steel crossmember that spans the width of your trailer frame and bolts into the frame hangers. This provides significant side-to-side support that reduces the lateral stress on the trailer frame by up to 90% at each attach point. The tandem axle trailer frame has 3 sets of frame hangers, so up to 3 crossmembers can be installed. I recommend at least reinforcing the center frame hanger where the equalizer is installed, since that location tends to take the most stress. But installing all 3 can be a good investment for owners. Each crossmember costs about $150 and bolts into place in less than an hour. Welding anything to your trailer frame, even a reinforcement like that, will usually void the frame warranty. It's also permanent installation that can make service work under your trailer very challenging. Since MORryde's crossmembers bolt on, there's no voiding of the frame warranty, and they can easily be removed for service work. Similar to the heavy-duty shackles and wet bolt kits, MORryde offers a crossmember that's compatible with the correct track system. The yellow disc prevents the standard crossmembers from bracing the hangers front and back, but the correct track compatible system attaches on the sides. MORryde does offer a drop-down crossmember version to help clear obstructions like drain pipes that are occasionally installed between the frame hangers. These will attach just like the standard crossmembers, but drop down 4 inches in the middle. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of RV Improvement. We'll catch you next time.
SRE 4000 rubber shear spring design.
Tonight on More Sports, our top stories. The CRE 3000, how this upgraded suspension system put up big numbers in last night's matchup. The SRE 4000 showing the rest of the pack just how smooth of a ride it can offer, and also the rubber pin box. Can this product take command and leave the chucking, jerking, and clunking in the dust? Here are your top stories tonight on More Sports. Suspension upgrades are available to help better protect from rough roads. These include the Lippert EcoFlex and the Dexter EasyFlex. Both upgrades use rubber to help cushion and absorb road shock. The Dexter EasyFlex maintains the 2 inches of travel from the leaf spring suspension, while the Lipper EcoFlex has up to 2.5 inches of travel. The CRE 3000 is a replacement rubber equalizer for fifth wheels and travel trailers. CRE stands for Compression Rubber Equalizer due to the compressing motion it makes as you travel down the road. It bolts into the same location as a stock suspension and attaches to leaf springs without any modifications. It is available for both tandem and triple axle trailers and fits most units. The CRE 3000 uses rubber to cushion and absorb road shock. In addition, it has a unique travel slot that moves up and down to provide up to 3 inches of suspension travel. This additional travel allows for better absorption of damaging road shock than competing brands. Let's take a look at some basic math. 3 inches of travel is better than 2.5 inches, and 2.5 inches is better than 2 inches, right? So what does all this mean? In short, a smoother, more comfortable towing experience. It also means that you'll benefit from upgraded performance over the conventional leaf spring systems and better protection from damaging road shock. The CRE 3000 will fit trailers up to 8,000 pound axles. It also comes with 2 wheelbases, 33 and 35 inch, and works on both tandem and triple axle trailers. MORryde has a qualification guide to ensure that you get the right kit for your unit. Installation for the CRE is all bolt-on and takes about 2 hours. You do need to put it on jacks to get the weight off the suspension, but no special tools are required. Many people choose to also install our heavy-duty shackle kit at the same time. The combined install takes about 4 hours for both kits. Next up is the SRE 4000 suspension system. This equalizer is the next upgrade over the CRE 3000. Similar to the CRE, the SRE 4000 is also a rubber suspension upgrade that replaces the steel equalizer and is an upgrade over EcoFlex and EasyFlex. The SRE 4000 is an upgraded replacement rubber equalizer for fifth wheels and travel trailers. SRE stands for Shear Rubber Equalizer due to the shearing motion that it takes as you go down the road. The SRE 4000 has over 200% more rubber than EcoFlex, which allows for greater absorption for road shock. In addition, the SRE 4000 provides up to 4 inches of wheel travel. The SRE 4000 also comes equipped with an X-Factor crossmember. The X-Factor provides added support at the center spring hanger, which reduces the lateral strain on the frame by up to 90%. This support makes the frame hanger stronger by boxing it in. Additional X-Factor crossmembers can be installed at the front and rear frame hangers as well. So what does all this mean? It means much smoother towing. It also means better protection of the trailer from damaging road shock. It means your trailer will tow better, and with the X-Factor crossmember, your frame foundation is even stronger. Think of it as a better and best option. The SRE 4000 is the next level up in suspension performance and also adds the benefit of a stronger frame. The SRE 4000 will fit trailers with up to 7,000 pound axles. It comes in 2 wheelbases, 33 inch and 35 inch, and works on both tandem and triple axle trailers. MORryde has a qualification guide to ensure you get the right kit for your unit. The SRE 4000 and the X-Factor all bolt in place. The average installation time is about 2.5 to 3 hours. You do need to get the load off the suspension in order to install this kit, and as always, we recommend our heavy-duty wet bolt kit. Pin boxes are the main connection between the truck and the fifth wheel. The industry standard is what is called a stock steel pin box. The stock pin box is rigid. It is a steel box connecting to a steel fifth wheel hitch. As the trailer is towed, there's a transfer of energy from the trailer to the truck on a horizontal plane. It occurs when those road expansion joints are in just the right location or when you come to a quick stop or start. This produces fifth wheel jerking, chucking, bucking, and clunking. It's the result of transfer of energy having nowhere to go. drivers feel it, and passengers especially are aware of it. The MORryde rubber pin box is an upgraded replacement of the stock rigid pin box. It utilizes a rubber shear spring as a cushion to help reduce the transfer of energy from trailer to your truck. The MORryde rubber pin box is flexible. It moves up to 3 inches forward and backward, and up to 1.5 inches from side to side, which allows it to absorb that chucking and jerking that you feel. With the MORryde rubber pin box, you'll experience smoother towing, you'll notice greater driver and passenger comfort, and you'll notice jerk-free stopping and starting. MORryde matches the pin box model number currently on your fifth wheel. Go to the MORryde Fit Guide to find the specific pin box for your trailer. The MORryde pin box bolts into existing holes on the frame wings. Installation is quick and simple, and the dimensions match your current pin box. The suggested retail price is just under $800, but many dealers offer specials. If you choose to tow with a gooseneck, you will need to order a MORryde heavy-duty skid plate separately. This plate serves as added reinforcement for the gooseneck loads.
The Step Above fitness system is the best workout I've ever had. The gains really started to show once I started using the Step Above. It has all the functionality of a normal gym in one system.
The thing that sets MORryde apart here is that we all treat each other with respect. People are really working hard to get the answer to us.
Introducing MoPack from MORryde. This revolutionary industrial strength fanny pack goes above and beyond to secure and protect your personal carrying items always. The MoPack is the perfect solution of durability without sacrificing style. The MoPack is suitable for any small items you want to stow away.
The thing I really like about the MoPack fanny pack, if you will, is young, high schoolers. I could see this thing going viral, and even old people, because, what they say, even granny packs the fanny.
Hi, Gary Wheeler here with another segment of Wheeler's Wisdom. In this segment, I'd like to talk to you about the ultimate suspension system in riding gear choices. The MORryde independent suspension and disc brake upgrade is the choice for them. Let's look at why this package is the ultimate package. The MORryde IS totally replaces the leaf springs and axles that come on most fifth wheels or travel trailers. The IS features independent design that allows each wheel to respond individually to the road condition. The IS uses a unique double shear spring assembly that provides up to 5.5 inches of suspension travel. This combination of rubber, increased travel, and independent wheel action design allows the IS to walk over bumps that otherwise would be very harsh. The IS frame hanger and cross member are also significantly stronger than the OEM components. This provides much added strength and reinforcement to the frame. With the IS, you'll notice significantly smoother towing, improved towability and handling, and a much better protection of the trailer from the damaging road shock. Your house on wheels will be well protected, and you'll feel the difference in the driver and passenger seats. And you won't have to worry about cracked spring hangers, broken wells, or shackle brackets. The IS is the best suspension option on the market. Electric brakes have been and are the industry standard when it comes to braking.
Now, these are your trailer brakes. The most important thing to remember is when you're going to stop, you put your trailer brakes on first or you'll jackknife.
Jackknife?
Yeah, you know, trailer and car like this. Saw it happen on a hill over here. The trailer tipped over, took the car right down the canyon after it. So remember, trailer brakes first. Trailer brakes first. Those trailer brakes are your best friend. You take care of them and they'll take care of you. They're electric brakes, actuated by a magnet which is connected to the brake pad. This magnet is always in contact with the armature. The armature is in contact with the brake drum and revolves with the wheel. Red light. Red light! Trailer brakes! Look, just keep repeating to yourself. Trailer brakes first. Trailer brakes first. Make it your motto.
Trailer
Okay,
brakes
green light. Go, boy.
More and more RVers are considering upgrades to disc brakes. Whether it is from the factory or as an option or as a retrofit. And the reason is that braking is all about safety. How many of you have towed a trailer down from Flagstaff to Phoenix on I-17? Or through the mountains of Colorado? Or had someone pull out in front of you and hit the brakes? In every case, braking quickly and confidently was what you wanted. Disc brakes are an effective upgrade over electric. Using automotive style components, disc brakes can help reduce your stopping distance up to 30%. Braking will be smoother and quieter, and you'll have confidence you can stop when you want to stop. Disc brakes can be installed on most trailers with a 6,000-pound or larger axle. A kit includes the brake components, pump, pumping kit, and installation bracket. You still use your electric brake controller in your truck. It sends a signal to the pump that is located in your trailer. The pump then sends hydraulic fluid to each wheel. There are some cost savings if you have the brake upgrade done at the same time as the IS is installed, since you already have the unit jacked up and the axles are taken off. The RV and lifestyle is just a wonderful experience, and we want to help you enjoy it a little bit more. We would also ask that if you see us at the shows or the rallies and you have some questions for us, please feel free to come up and ask us. So stay tuned for more of Wheeler's Wisdoms coming in the near future.
Then meet with a tech or our service manager to get an idea of what procedures will take place.
Are you tired of fumbling and bumbling with those pesky fold-out steps? Are you sick and tired of bouncing around on those springboard steps? Do you ever feel like you might bust your butt going in and out of your camper? Have you ever taken a step down and bounced into orbit?
Houston, we've had a problem.
Unless you want to be Neil Armstrong, there's a way to stop all the unnecessary bouncing in and out of your unit. Walt with MORryde here to talk to you about the Step Above product, and here's what you need to know. While with regular steps you get the bouncing and jouncing, Step Above gives you a stable, secure entry step. The steps go all the way to the ground, providing a strong and solid foundation. They can be easily retrofitted. There's also a strut assist version that you can lift with a single finger.
step above is the industry's first self-contained, lightweight, and ground-stable entry step. These steps eliminate the bouncing effect that is common in RVs by offering adjustable legs that reach all the way to the ground and accommodate for uneven terrain. The step above is proudly made in the USA and constructed primarily out of aluminum that is both durable and lightweight. Our unique offset step placement eliminates the steepness that is commonly experienced with most RV steps. This allows your entire foot to be placed on the steps while entering and exiting your RV for more stability. The steps are available in a variety of different widths for 2, 3, and 4 step models to fit most units. The step above offers an industry-leading 500-pound weight capacity and offers optional accessories to help enhance your RV experience. The step above handrail is available for 3 and 4 step models and offers more stability and security while entering and exiting your coach. The storage box is another option that directly replaces the old fold-out steps after the step above is installed. The step above takes less than 30 minutes to install and revolutionizes the RV market one step at a time.
MORryde has a qualification guide that helps guide you to the right part number for your trailer. All the new steps that go to the ground are better than the typical trailer step. But step above has the advantage of more residential rise and run. With a MORryde step, it's more comfortable going up and down because of the spacing of the steps. On other steps, the rise and run can cause your foot to extend off the step, making it unsteady. Step above is also more solid. Pick up a leg and twist the different steps. You can see which one is more solid. You can leave the steps in place if you want, or if you want more storage, MORryde has a storage box that fits right where the old steps were located. The installation of the step above should take less than 30 minutes. There's also a handrail that can be added to a 3 and 4 step above after the fact if you'd like. RVers are always looking for better ways to store and access their cargo. It just makes getting to your cargo easier. MORryde sliding trays can be installed into virtually any opening, as there are a wide range of sizes. There are also generator, battery, and freezer trays available. The MORryde cargo trays are perfect for organizing all of your gear and allowing for easy access to all your hard-to-reach items. Cargo trays come fully carpeted, assembled, and ready to install. We offer a variety of sizes that fit most baggage compartments. All of our standard cargo trays install in minutes and boast an 800-pound weight capacity. In addition to our standard trays, we've added a line of 72-inch length trays that fit into fifth wheels with the shorter width from side to side. These trays offer an impressive 500-pound weight capacity. Now, RVers hate 50-amp power cords. They're big, awkward, stiff, and just a bear to spool up. At the end of your camping trip, you're either stuffing them into a compartment, trying to fit them into a tub, or some type of bucket. All you do is put one end of the cord into the reel and push a button. That's it. You might as well grab a cloth or a glove and clean the dirty cord while it's spooling in. No more hassle. MORryde has both an electric easy reel as well as a manual easy reel spooler. We're pretty sure that one can fit into your unit. If you're looking to change your TV location or add one, MORryde has flat screen TV mounts designed specifically for RVs. RVs are houses on wheels, and TV mounts from all the big box stores They're not designed for the rough roads and the bouncing that a TV mount has to endure. Check out the MORryde catalog for the TV mount that might fit you and your needs.
If you've ever attended a rally where MORryde is present, you know we like to give away things. Sometimes it's t-shirts. Sometimes it's gift cards. And we want to keep doing that even though this is a virtual rally. So just email us at sales@MORryde.com and give us your name, your t-shirt size, and we'll enter you into a drawing. We also like to do specials. If you reach out to us and let us know which MORryde product you're interested in, we'll go ahead and give you a rally special as well. It'll be unique to this virtual rally. The other thing is, if you have lots of MORryde products already, send us a selfie and we're going to enter you into a special drawing that's the MORryde fans, and we'll try and reward you for that. So thanks very much. Hopefully you found this information to be educational, informational, maybe you laughed a little bit. We'll see you at the next rally, only not virtual but in person. Take care.
Wasn't that a great video? We'll be right back with more.
Now, here are some exciting videos about the 2021 Keystone Montana. Be sure to stick around for the Q&A with Keystone afterwards.
Hi, my name's Sam Langrich. I'm product manager here at Keystone RV for the Montana fifth wheel line. We're standing outside our new 3231CK with our new exterior graphics package. This floor plan is exciting inside and out. We've got 37 foot of a fifth wheel loaded with features. Why 37 foot? Currently we build Montanas from 35 then to 40. This 37 foot hits a need right in the middle that our customers and dealers were asking for. So let's get inside and show you all the exciting things. Welcome to the new Montana 3231CK. This is a center kitchen floor plan that we are so excited about. We're really excited for anybody that loves to cook and spend time in the kitchen. We've got some unique features we'd like to share with you in the kitchen area. Specifically over here, we've incorporated a farmhouse style range hood that actually lifts and is assisted by gas struts and has hidden storage. In addition to this feature, we've also added a full pull-out countertop extension. In most brands, they'd have an inexpensive flip-up countertop extension. Here, the entire bank of drawers and countertop pull out, and then are safely secured with a set of magnets for transportation. All of this in the center point is the Suburban stove. Suburban's a great name, great reputation, with a 3-burner cooktop, porcelain grate, and large oven. Also with the lighting feature of a push of a button. In the area of a pantry or pantry storage of this floor plan, rather than doing a closet style pantry, we've done residential pull-out drawers. As you can see here, you have a total of 4 6-inch tall pantry drawers to provide abundant storage. Now, by doing this configuration, what it's allowed us to do is to actually provide you with more counter space and a larger window to bring in that natural sunlight. Also standard in all of our Montana fifth wheels are an over-the-range convection microwave, a great opportunity for you to do residential cooking in your camper. So let's go take a look at the bathroom. The 3231CK offers a bathroom with immense space, also loaded with features. You have your stainless steel undermounted sink, not only once but twice, dual medicine cabinet, which provides additional storage. Some competitors you'll find where they just actually mount a mirror onto the wall. Center cabinet, again, to be shared. and all of this drawer space. A bank of 3 drawers with the soft close drawer guides. As far as our shower, you have our large residential shower, which is a one-piece fiberglass. No plastic showers in a Montana fifth wheel. And behind the door, you'll find a large linen cabinet with 3 doors that provides ample storage for towels or whatever you need. We feel this is the best bathroom in the industry. Welcome to the master suite of our 3231CK floor plan. Here we're showing you the king bed, which is optional. A queen bed is our standard feature. Also, you've got your large dual mirror doored wardrobe with our convenient shelves that can be used for clothes or for your shoes. Also incorporated into this is a very convenient dirty clothes hamper. Behind me, you will find your washer dryer prepped cabinet. This cabinet is prepped for either a combo washer dryer or a stackable by removing this shelf. The louver door will actually keep your clothes dryer cool, and you can leave the door closed as it operates. A very nice feature. Also in the bedroom, you'll find this nice convenient residential style dresser with 6 drawers. This allows you plenty of storage for linens or clothes or anything you have, and it's all incorporated with the soft close drawer guides. In all Montana fifth wheels, you'll have standard at 32-inch LED bedroom TV. On behalf of myself and the 250 plus dedicated employees that build Montana fifth wheels, thank you for taking the tour of our new 3231CK.
Well, about 2 years ago, we built this building and we created an R&D facility, which you can see around me today. It's here to allow us to continue to innovate and to test and to move the industry forward and move Keystone forward. When we got this facility, it was great. I mean, it allowed us to accelerate pace of innovation that we had going in our company and give us an area to be able to work out some solutions to common industry problems. It's just been fantastic to have a facility like this.
So the whole industry is really good at coming up with new floor plans, new features. Sometimes they miss some of the little things going on in the RV, like floor materials, for example. They just have always existed with a wood construction. We've kind of pulled back, questioned that, and said, can we do better? Key TV, for example. The industry's always just free-wired coax and cable. We now have a colored system that is easy to troubleshoot, is true plug and play for the end user. Great system. So they really either solve a pain point for the RVer that's been out there in the industry and nobody's addressed, or they make things better and easier to use. We've built a lot of value in with these innovations that you get with other RVs. You don't get these innovations.
We are very proud of what we've been able to accomplish here with the million-plus trailers that we have built as Keystone RV. And then also some of the more recent changes and innovations that we've introduced. We're very excited about what those can mean for the industry and solving long-standing problems that have been there for quite a while.
I think that the Montana brand has been definitely the leader in the fifth wheel market. It's the brand that most everybody knows or benchmarks their success to. And I think as a leader in that marketplace, it really didn't surprise me that they said, hey, let's do something neat, new, unique with developing the Super Solar unit. And what are the ways that we're going to need to do it so it works right?
We've learned over the years that we have trusted vendors that we know that are very good suppliers to us in our industry. And those people are also usually the ones that we will work with on special projects where we're trying to come up with something that's new and maybe exclusive to Keystone.
Keystone, in my opinion, is kind of a front runner on the engineering side, and so they're always trying to look to push the envelope a little bit. You know, as the technologies come in with a traditional lead acid battery or something like that, you don't have the capability that you do with the lithium. So they came to us and they said, listen, you're our inverter guy and our solar guy. What can we do to put together something that will actually run down a production line? We were able to come up with a box that actually will just go in a production line.
At Battleborn Batteries, we kind of proved the market with lithium, and people were doing a lot of DIY installs over the years, and we've learned a lot from that. You know, we learned a lot from our customers, and we're able to bring that expertise and knowledge now to the factory line so we can install a battery pack on board, because the market for lithium has now gone past early adopters, and it's still a lot of do-it-yourself installers out there too, but some people just want to buy a rig and they want to know everything works. So it's a little bit of anxiety involved if you buy a brand new trailer or a 5-year-old trailer or a 2-year-old trailer, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to buy this trailer, I'm going to rip out the whole entire power system and put in lithium. It's possible to do. But if you buy it from Keystone, it comes from the factory with the factory warranty. It's designed by our engineers and their engineers. So you have the experts involved to do it right. And you just walk away with the product, and guess what? You just flip the switch and it works properly.
Mostly one of the things here at Keystone, we like to look at things kind of fundamentally different. You know, a lot of RV companies are always looking for that next great floor plan, that next spin on a color package. We're really able to deep dive into the systems, to some of the engineering behind it, collaborate with vendors, and come up with great solutions to help make everybody's experience better.
Basically just through the collaborative effort and just everyone understanding what the final goal here is that we're trying to improve camping, we're trying to make it more fun for our customer, easier for our customer to enjoy. And so with that as the overriding thought, we tend to be able to work on these types of projects, and we get a lot of cooperation from our suppliers when we approach it that way.
You can see over time that those partnerships have made this project a success.
Living free is the RVer way. But where does it start? Well, it starts with a trailer that is built with as much love and passion as you have for the road. A trailer built by the hands of multiple generations of craftsmen. Keystone's Montana line of fifth wheels just has that little bit extra that gets you where you want to go.
That is probably the thing that defines Montana the most. It is absolutely people that know how to build product and take pride in what they're doing.
You just walk into our plants, the aura about people, the atmosphere. We've got second generation people in that Montana plant.
It's very special to me because when I got here 21 years ago, we were just launching the Montana brand, and to see its success as it climbed in the overall rankings to the point where it became the #1 fifth wheel in the country. So it's always meant a lot to me. It's our flagship brand here at Keystone. I think everyone that works in our company always points with pride to a Montana.
The ultimate ownership experience. That's the mantra Keystone lives by. And as Keystone's flagship trailer line, Montana strives to be an industry leader in innovation in order to achieve that.
Here at Keystone, we've really been stressing innovation really throughout our entire existence, but in the last several years we've been pushing out a lot of new products that we're very excited about because we see a lot of opportunity out there to improve the way that trailers are designed.
Oh, I love working in this building and solving these fundamental industry problems every day and allowing campers to have a better experience, less frustrations. Great to have techs from our different dealers come through here and see some of the stuff I'm working on and say, I've had that problem forever, and finally somebody's solving it, somebody's addressing it, and they really like to see that, and I love to see that and make people's days better.
Montana's latest innovation is the Super Solar Package, a unique set of quality products from trusted partners that will open up new worlds to the customer.
The thing that we saw, though, was we were seeing these great customers, these great Montana owners that wanted to investigate, wanted to camp out in the solar and the lithium world. That's when we took the action and said, we're going to find the best vendors in the world. We're going to find the guys that also want to invest in providing the customers with good product, and said, do you want to partner with us, giving the Montana buyer a viable solar option?
Our new Super Solar package is a really exciting solar package that combines lithium with solar, all in this really neat, convenient package. It's 2 GC3s that are 255 amp hours each for a total of 510 amp hours. That's a lot of fuel to power your coach and to power your off-the-grid boondocking and camping. The solar is really cool because they've got 4 panels on the roof that are 265 watts apiece coming from the OEM.
And it's factory installed. What does factory install mean to the customer? Reliability, backed by warranty. They don't have somebody pulling wires through their walls. I mean, it is factory installed. And we're the first of the industry with that.
I think Keystone is very keen on working with the right suppliers in a project. So in this project, we happen to be involved with another company called Future Sales, also with AirXL. And you can kind of see the way that they bring those suppliers in. They allow themselves to get access to the best products because they work so closely with their suppliers, and they kind of almost over time, when we introduced the GC3 battery, we were working with Keystone on it from day one because it's a battery that you can think about using differently than any other lithium battery that's been available as a lead acid drop-in replacement. This battery can be put places in the RV where you don't normally think about putting a battery. So Keystone had seen that idea that we had, and they wanted to run with it and design it into a system, just like they designed in soft starts on the air conditioners and let Future Sales design a box and put this whole inverter and battery system in a place that normally wouldn't host a battery. So you can see over time that those partnerships have made this project a success.
In the end, it's about you, the customer.
One of the things that I question consumers that are looking at multiple brands is making sure that they're partnered with someone that can give them a great experience of ownership. We have since turned that into one of our taglines, the ultimate ownership experience. And that is the focus at which we work.
You can't fake good customer service. You know, Keystone really kind of hits a home run on that.
Can't go far. We'll be right back.
All right, I don't know if anybody can hear me. My camera, for some reason, seems to be black and white and a little bit creepy. I'm here basically just to answer any questions anybody has about Super Solar. I'm Matt Wolkins. I'm with Future Sales. I sell into the RV industry, and I deal with Keystone, Montana, High Country, Raptor Fusion. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my camera right now, but basically what the Super Solar is an off-grid package. It's got now 1,200 watts of solar on the roof, 2 chargers, 2 MPPT chargers, I'm looking and I don't see any Super Solar questions yet, so we'll let them go. So, 2 chargers, a Victron app that runs from a 712 BMV, and 510 amp hours of lithium battery from Dragonfly, and then there's also a Precision Circuits energy management system in there. So it's there's probably about 45 or 50 of them out in the field right now. I talk to most of the customers. They call me and ask setup questions specific to how they're going to be camping. So yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. Yeah, so Brad's asking if you can add more panels. Yes, you can actually add more panels. You're kind of on your 3120s, 3121 real estate is your big limiting factor on the smaller coaches. Some of the bigger ones, the 3855s, there's a lot of space up on the roof, so you can add more panels. The other thing you can do if you want to add panels is they can be any brand, really. Our docking ports have MC4 connectors, which is kind of the industry standard. So most panels should hook up to that. I know there are a couple brands that have proprietary hookups, but we kind of designed it to fit what else was out there. So if you want, the one thing I would say is our panels like to operate around 30 volts, 30 to 35 volts. So if you're going to connect a set of panels to it, let's say you wanted to add, you didn't have the real estate for another 300, but you had another 200 watt panel or a pair of 200 watt panels, you need to get those so that you can pair them in series and then hook those up in series into the other panel so everything's running at the same voltage. As far as batteries go, yeah, in every Super Solar, there is room for up to 2 additional batteries. If you wanted to put more than 2 additional, which is a lot of battery, by the way, you have to get pretty creative with where we put those. One thing we try to tell people is these Dragonfly GC3s, each one is 255 amp hours, but that's usable energy. So if you're going to compare them, you're going to compare them roughly to 5 AGM batteries. So the 2 that are in there are going to act like essentially close to 10 lead acid batteries. So when we go to 4, now we're talking 13 kilowatts of energy. Super Solar, I believe it's available on anything Montana builds. It's part of the legacy package, if I remember right. I don't work for Montana. I'm a future sales employee, so I sell into them and I work with the air engineering department. So that's probably better directed at somebody from Keystone. Says, are the one, they don't have to be Giboni panels. Are they warranted through FSI or through Montana? So Montana has a standard factory warranty. The batteries themselves, I believe they're warranted through Montana for 5 years. Again, I'm the electronics guy, so you can go. We offer, I believe it's a 3-year warranty on everything that is in there, be it the Magnum inverter, the Precision Circuits energy management. The Victron is warranted through us, but there's Victron suppliers and dealers all over the place. It's just pretty much a standard part. So Brad's, what else can run on the inverter when equipped with a residential fridge? So your standard solar package, which is called the SolarFlex, is a 2,000 watt inverter, 5 outlets. One of them is probably the residential fridge, maybe the nightstand, TVs, and then theater seats. On the Super SolarFlex, we're using a dual in, dual out. That's the term for it, inverter. It's a 50 amp inverter, and it will allow both legs to be inverted. So everything in the coach can be powered off the batteries when you're inverting. You can't necessarily run everything at the exact same time. You're limited to 25 amps of power, but everything is inverted. So all the outlets in the bedroom, all the outlets in the bathroom, all your GFIs, your exterior outlets, everything runs through the inverter. So it is all inverted. Brad's asking, so when adding panels, right now we have 2 sets of 2 panels. If I wanted 2 more panels, can I just add 1 more panel to each leg? So I would say to that, you're going to get to the point where you're maxing out the chargers. And at that point in time, I would probably, because now you're looking at, if you keep the theory, 1,800 watts of power, what I would do is I would add an additional charger. So if you're not familiar with how the system is, it's basically an aluminum box in your storage bay that has all the components inside it. And there's two sets, or there is a set of positive leads coming out and then a negative ground going in. So you would just connect your charger directly to those ports to charge the battery. That's something, if you want to do, that's something I can draw up if you want to send me an email. It's mattw@futuresalesrv.com. And I can do that stuff. So MPPT controllers, Brad's also asking right now, then we need to replace the controllers. Right now you've got 30s. I don't know that I would necessarily replace the 30s. I think what I would do is I would add an additional charger to it. Replacing the ones that are inside the box is going to be a hassle. So the best bet for that would be to just add an external one. I'd run an extra set of wires down from the roof to another charger. So I got Ronald Ames. Would you be able to install a satellite dish at your facility? Yeah, I mean, where I'm at, so not to confuse everybody here, but I work for a company called Future Sales. We're an upfitter and a warehouse and a distribution center, and then an engineering firm in Elkhart. We're about 15 miles north of Keystone. And so what we do is when customers bring in units that they've already bought that didn't have, say, a Super Solar or something on them, we upfit those. So yeah, if you're bringing a unit up to me and you want me to add extra batteries or you want to add extra solar panels on the roof, yeah, we can throw a wine guard or an antenna on top of there. So let's see, any other questions? I'll give you, so let's talk a little bit about the differences. I get a lot of questions about lithium ion batteries, and there's some confusion out there. So one, lithium ion is just kind of a generic name. A lot of batteries are called lithium ion, even though that may not be the necessary chemistry. With the Dragonfly batteries that are in there, you have basically 100% state of discharge for what it's rated. So you've got 510 amp hours. And those batteries operate at a higher voltage rate than a lead acid that you're used to seeing. So 12.6 volts on a lead acid battery, if it's floating, is fairly charged. 12.6 on a lithium ion battery is pretty much dead. So if you have a unit and you're trying to charge a lithium ion battery and you see basically your charger's on, but you're just holding there and you're stuck at 13 volts and nothing's getting up, it's just stuck at 13 volts. Well, that's because all the power is stored in this very narrow voltage range. And so you're filling the battery. So anywhere from 20 to 80% of the battery is contained in the 13.1 to 13.4 area right in there. So those batteries, as they charge at a higher rate. So those of you that are looking to switch maybe to a Battle-Born battery, you're going to upgrade your lead acid. I would recommend you check. All of Montana's that are coming now, I believe, have a lithium capable converter in it, or DC power supply. You might want to check if you're running an older one and you want to switch to lithium ion. You need to check and make sure that your converter can handle it. Your problem that comes in there is the converter that's set up for lead acid is never going to get your lithium ion batteries completely full. So thoughts on truck charging? Yeah, I encourage. Solar gets all the credit, while the batteries carry all the load and the inverters do all the work. So there's going to be times where you go days, and if you're from Northern Indiana or Portland or something like that, you'll know you can go weeks without seeing the sun. So I always encourage some type of backup source. The way this unit's designed, you could plug in, say, a little 2,000 watt Honda generator or your Predator 3500. You just plug the unit through your shore cord that you normally plug in a park, plug it right into the generator, and everything inside will recognize what it's hooked to. You have to set the parameters of how big your generator is, but then they'll start charging the batteries and running your loads. As far as truck charging goes, for me, I always recommend truck charging of some type, just because as you're traveling to a destination, whether or not you've got your fridge running or you've got an absorption fridge, what I would like is
for you when you get there that your batteries are full. So having a truck that can put some juice into the batteries while you're driving down the road is just an extra assurance that you have that when you get there, you're going to be able to use it. So my email again, I see people asking for that. So it's Matt W, MATTW at Future Sales RV, and that's FUTURESALES RV.com. And I answer it goes right to my phone, so I answer those questions quite a bit. And you may have seen me on some videos out there. So DC to DC chargers versus something like a Precision Circuits isolation manager. So another topic to talk about lithium batteries is lithiums can take a tremendous amount of charge, more so than a lead acid will want. And so you want to protect your alternator in your truck. So you can do that one of two ways. You can go to a DC to DC charger, something like by Red Arc or something like that, that will limit the current pulled from your alternator, keep your alternator from overheating. I think that's a smart way to do that. Those of you that have fifth wheeled for a long time or RV'd for a long time know the amount of power that you get out of your truck through its standard Bargeman plug is not a whole lot of power. And when you're talking about, a lithium bank that has, 7 kilowatts in it, it's going to take a long time to charge. So the difference between a DC to DC charger and something called a battery isolation manager is that the isolation manager looks at the voltages of the two at the truck and the voltage in the trailer, make sure that they're both at an operating level, and then we'll connect the two of them together. So it sees the 14.5 volts coming out of your alternator, sends it through to the battery, and keeps an eye on the battery and makes sure that we don't overcharge the battery. It also it runs on for 15 minutes, so you maybe get 80, 90 amps of charge for 15 minutes, and then it's going to shut off for 15 minutes just to make sure that we're not overheating the alternator. Again, you can ask questions over here in the live chat, and I'm trying to read them. If you can see, I don't know what my screen looks terrible, so I don't know what yours looks like. But some other questions I get are, this unit has high efficiency air conditioners on it, and they have soft starts included. So, and I'm speaking about the Super Solar. So that's kind of I believe that's an industry first, certainly for towables as far as that goes. Those air conditioners tend to run at about 10 amps AC, which is about 1,200 watts, and they start in that same range. Typically on the air conditioners that you're used to, that you've seen in the past, you may see 30 amps of current needed to start that air conditioner. And then probably 15 to 16 amps to keep it running. So these are a lot more. Uh-oh. Can you hear me or no? Anybody hear me? Thumbs up. All right, audio good for Brad. So I was talking about, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, the inverter in the system being dual in, dual out is a hybrid inverter. What we mean by hybrid is it will load support. So load supporting is when I need to try to start one of those air conditioners that pulls a high amount of amp rate, and I've only got a 2,000 watt generator. What will happen is the generator will pull the power from the batteries to start the air conditioner, and then switch the power back over to the generator and let the generator keep running. Essentially what we want is the generator is going to be providing power to the batteries through the charger, and then the rest of the coach is going to be running off the inverter in that particular scenario. So like I was talking about the air conditioners, the high efficiency air conditioners, we're actually able to run both air conditioners off of the inverter itself through the battery bank. We've done that a few times, and there's a few customers out there that are talking that have run them for quite a while off their battery banks. The energy management system that's in there. So if I'm running both of those air conditioners and I'm pulling 200 amps off my batteries and I try to start the microwave, that's going to be too much. So the energy management system will recognize that you've gone over a limit and shut off the air conditioners until the microwave's done running. So, all right. Any other questions? Power management. Yeah. So the power management system has a couple different features. It's not something you can really change any of the parameters on. It pretty much only allows you to tell what you're hooked up to. So if you are mooch docking at a friend's place and you're only allowed to have, say, a 15 amp exterior outlet or something like that, if you set your energy management system and tell it that it's hooked to 15 amp service, it's going to limit the AC loads in your coach to 15 amps. Now, let's say you have a giant space heater on the floor plugged into a regular outlet that's not shuttable. What's going to happen is that's going to consume all the power. And so the energy management system is going to turn off your access to everything else. So it's going to shut off the electric to your water heater. It's going to shut off the microwave. It'll shut off the air conditioners, probably turn off the fireplace. If you're running the fireplace and the space heater, I don't know, maybe you don't need both, and it'll do that on its own. As soon as that power goes away and the amps drop down, you will have access to those parts again. So, yeah, Brad is getting lots of questions in here. So, yeah, you can run both of these ACs will run off a 30 amp power. So, like I said, they're Coleman air conditioners, Air Excel out of Wichita, Kansas, I believe, and they have an integrated soft start in them, which is, I want to say, is the first one out there. And in all the testing that I've seen, they generally pull between 8 and 10 amps AC. So yeah, I've easily run 2 air conditioners, had all the lights on, watched TV, had the fridge running, all just off of less than 30 amps of power, technically on 25 amps. So, yeah, it was pretty fun working with Keystone on this project. You know, the boondocking thing, and you guys have had a pretty wild 2020, and now we're into 2021 as I've had. So, getting off grid and getting out and socially distancing, if you want to call it that, through your RV is really interesting. You know, the first time I went to Quartzsite was a year ago. And I actually ran into a couple customers that we had done some upfits on, and it was a kind of an eye-opening to be out in that. Quartzsite itself is eye-opening, but just to be out in that BLM land, how you just see literally wagons circled around each other in the middle of nowhere, just camping. And if you're from the East Coast or like Indiana, like I am, we don't have public land like that. All our public land is in RV parks, and so you're used to having neighbors, and you're plugged in, and you've got quiet hours and everything else. So it was really interesting to see that. And part of that experience is why, you know, we've developed and Keystone's got a couple brand ambassadors out there that have systems in them that are specifically doing that. So can a dealer install the extra batteries? Yeah, I would say a dealer can. I would want to be in contact with that dealer and kind of explain some things. We are working with Keystone right now on some part numbers and stuff for kits. So it's basically tell me what type of unit you have, and I will send you all the cables, all the bus bars, instructions and everything with just a couple part numbers out so that they can be added. I mean, all the system is really there. All you're doing is adding more capacity. But when you add extra batteries to a battery bank, you want to make sure that you're not just tacking them on the end. You want the power to flow from one end through the other. So yeah, I know a few dealers out there that I would be confident in could be able to do it. It's just kind of there are a lot of dealers and customer dealer experience and experience levels out in the RV market right now varies pretty wildly. So, and I know another question is going to be coming. I actually don't know the cost of the game changer batteries yet. I think Battleborn is about to release that. They may have already done it on their website. I haven't been on there in a while. But you can order them through Keystone, through your dealer, and then the dealer will get them through Keystone. So, if I had a choice, would I add more panels or more battery? That's a pretty good one and a question. So what I would ask is, where are you going to camp? Are you in a mild climate? Are you someplace in altitude? You know, what device is going to be the pig that's going to pull all the power right now? So if I'm in a place where I'm going to be boondocking in, you know, I spend my winters out in Arizona and my summers I go to Colorado or someplace where I go a little bit milder climate, I'd add more solar. If I'm going to be someplace where I don't have that, you know, Arizona's got great weather. If I'm stuck in Indiana or I'm in Michigan or someplace like that where I have low hours of sun, I'd go for more battery. You can always, obviously it's going to take longer, bigger battery bank with small solar. So we kind of like it to pair them together. But if I had to pick one, having more reserve, because what I would always do is I can hook up a generator to it and I can charge those batteries. So I try to do the math in how long am I going from power to power? In other words, from the time the sun up to sundown. That's different in Indiana than it is in Arizona or Southern Texas or anything like that. So that's kind of how I do that. So Alan's saying he's got a legacy. He came with a regular solar package. He'll probably upgrade it the next couple of years. Will there be a kit to retrofit a super solar or something like that? Yeah, we've actually, there's some Keystone's working on some new things as well. So I don't want to spill any beans on that. But yeah, it's going from a regular solar. That's one thing Keystone has done really well is they've pre-wired the outlets. And depending on the coach that you have, the only one I know that can be a little bit tricky is a 3855, because the 3855 has everything in the middle while the batteries are up front. And if you've seen that floor plan, there's like a bonus room in it, if I remember right. And it's one that Home with the Hoopers, one of the Keystone ambassadors had. And so it's a little bit different to wire that one in particular. But yeah, if you want to upgrade in a couple of years, you've got enough solar capability in the roof for 30 amps. So you could technically you could go to a higher charger and run 1800 watts through the standard panel without tearing anything apart. And then it's just a matter of locating your batteries. Where do you want them? You know, do you want to put them in your storage area? Do you want to use that front compartment? There's lots of lithium batteries are fantastic because they don't gas. So you can put them pretty much anywhere, mount them upside down, doesn't really matter. Yeah. What happens to the solar panels if you get a baseball size hailstone? So solar panels are rated in this weird thing. I believe it's called kilopascals. And it's basically they take like a 1 kilogram steel ball bearing and they drop it from a meter. And if it doesn't shatter, it's not supposed to shatter the glass. So a panel will keep working even if, but it's going to be at a reduced rate. So let's say something happens like a hailstone hits your solar panel on the roof. So the way we have it set up is there's 4 on this particular, and I'll use the Super Solar for an example. So there's 4 solar panels and it's 2 sets. So each charger has 2 panels on it. So if I go up to the top and I smash one of the panels and break it, the other system is not affected by that. So I still get full use of that system. They're not all one continuous or in series system. Now that is, if it breaks, say one of the leads inside the panel and actually damages the panel, that panel is going to be at a reduced rate. So you're not going to get any power out of that. You still should get power out of the other panels that are hooked the way that they're hooked into the system. That's a difference between series and parallel. If you hook everything up in series, it's one string at a high voltage and low amps. But if you put your hand over one panel, all the other panels drop down. Whereas if you put it in parallel and you put your hand over one panel, you lose the amps coming out of that panel, but you lose the rest of the amps. So I hope that answers. I mean, granted, if the solar panels get broken, that's why I guess you have insurance for that or something like that. But I've yet to have one return from a Montana. Montanas aren't exactly, you guys have bought higher end units and higher quality units, and you're a little bit less likely to drag them through the trees or take them off road and back them into something. So. Any other questions there? Sprite, Brad, you can chime in if you want. Like I said, you guys can, if you think of questions, you can send me emails to my personal. If you've seen the regular solar questions, there's a info@jabonipowerproducts.com. That's also me. I see all those, but send them direct to me. Or, you know, if you got a Keystone rep that you're used to talking to, I pretty much have all the Keystone reps. They all have my cell phone number, so they call me as well. So, and I'm not giving that out over the internet because a couple people have done that to me on Facebook. All right.
Ann and Ron Chapin here. We hope you enjoyed today's presentations.
Well, in a normal year, Diane and I would be speaking to you from our 2019 Montana 3121 RL in a much warmer location than we find ourselves in today. As it is, our rig is in cold storage, emphasizing the word cold, as after canceling our scheduled travel plans, we are spending the entire winter here at our home in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We are definitely thankful for all of the efforts of the many that have made it possible for all of us to be able to attend this rather unique 17th Annual National Fall Rally of the Montana Owners Club in midwinter from wherever we find ourselves in North America. And speaking of thankfulness, a shout out to all of the frontline workers and all of those that willingly step up on a daily basis to serve and protect us all. Please join us in keeping them in your thoughts and prayers.
Tomorrow's schedule looks great. Check it out. See you then.
Enjoy the rest of your day.